So, when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad had returned to the Durgar city of Golgotha in response to a distress signal from Wilfred's old friend Morgana. The city was far different from when you had last left it. The mind flayers were enslaving and oppressing the populace of the city, and you encountered the blacksmith Horgroth, who previously Carrick had hired to construct some armor, to forge some armor for him. And discovered he was in the thrall of a mind flayer. Eventually, you made your way to the home of Strothgan the Arcanist, where Morgana awaited. You learned that Strothgan had created a pendant that counteracted the powers of the mind flayers, but there's only one problem. Strothgan had been captured by Avatar and his mind flayers, and he was being held in the keep in the heart of Golgotha, near the sort of the palace. You learned as well that the mind flayers were now servants of a greater master, Alaxum. You ventured into the tunnels underneath this already subterranean city. You fought some rot trolls, some underhulks. You met a small deep gnome who introduced himself as Ugarth Shadowflip. He told you that he was looking for his grandfather, who had swindled his family out of a lot of gold, and he temporarily, possibly longer, joined your party. You continued in the tunnels and fought a Bahir, which nearly killed the party before Angbor banished it, and you found yourself in an ancient chamber with primordial writings on the walls. A giant statue stood at the end of the chamber, and behind the statue was a dark black mace adorned with rubies. Angbor took the mace, and the statue attacked the party. After a fight and a lot of failed athletics checks, you were able to get through the broken down door and escape the Dow. You discovered a trap door that Ingvar discovered sort of a secret knob in the wall that pulled it, and then a trap door fell from the ceiling, and you climbed up to see a sort of an underground cistern. You guys sort of found a door, and after getting some guidance from some Durgar maintenance workers who Carrick deceived, you emerged to the heart of Golgotha. From there, you made your way to the Bearded Lady, a sea dive bar, where you were able to rest from your fighting, and which served a strong alcohol called Goblin's Blood. There you found a gnome spying on you, and Carrick stole the trinket that he was fiddling with. Then you made your way across the city to the house of the guardsman Galen. You settled down for a long night's rest. You guys sort of kept watches, and you discovered that some mind flayers were sort of watching sort of the house, and that is where we begin tonight's session. So, Fellowship of the Chili Sad, you guys sort of wake up, from a long night's rest. What are you guys doing?
Oh man, what a good rest that was.
I feel like I slept for weeks.
Yeah.
There's dust all over me.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't move an inch.
Rip Van Winkle.
DM.
Yep.
The book I have on that has mind flayers in it.
Yes.
Is there
talking about the book of the history of Golgotha?
Yeah, but there's a couple passages about mind flayers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there anything within those passages that talked about like weaknesses or strengths of those mind flayers that?
Okay. So it talked about how. So it sort of described mind flayers and described them as sort of a physically soft but intellectually superior sort of race that doesn't like to do much of the dirty work, but rather enjoys sort of using others to accomplish their tasks and their goals.
Get it.
And so they would say it's sort of rare for physical warriors to come from this particular race. Let me look up one thing first. It did say that they have sort of a specific sort of resistance to a lot of magical sort of effects and spells.
I would pass that on to the group.
Martial classes.
Here, your thing. Ugard, you're good to go.
But
Awesome.
we're also probably the most excuse me. The most likely to be affected by mind powers, because that's probably going to be a wisdom or intelligence.
Most perceptible.
Let's see. Yeah.
Susceptible,
know.
that's the word I was looking for.
So I mean, it sounds like this place is heavily guarded, guys. I mean, lots of Fomorians. There's some drow out there. I mean, this is with the guardhouse. The prison area. How far away was the prison area from where we are?
It was just a couple minutes walk, probably at most
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I think we need to make a distraction of some kind.
Was there a back way out of this house?
So you can leave by the back. There isn't a back door, but there are windows that sort of lead out the back.
Is there a kitchen in this house?
Yes, there is a kitchen in this house.
Is there a stock kitchen with like pots and pans that make loud noises?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure how I would do this, but I like to suggest an idea of using some type of contraption created through a pots and pans that gets thrown out. And I don't know if any of us have magic. I think I have a little bit of magic. I think do we have a mage in our group?
Cleric is kind of the closest.
Okay. Is there some type of, and I'll forgive me for being newish to this, is there some type of spell that can enchant the pots and pans to hit themselves that we can use as a distraction and throw it outside and go the
Oh, I'm
opposite
sure
way?
there's a type of spell that can do that, but none of us can do
I
that.
don't think we can spend picture this stuff.
Okay.
None of us
All right,
have
just
that
checking.
spell.
But
All we need is some kind of explosion.
What if we just burn this house down?
I am down for that. I am down for that.
I mean, who is this Galen? Do we personally know this?
Yeah,
Galen?
we talked
We
to
have
him.
met him.
Yeah, Galen,
Was
he was the
a good
guy that
person?
helped us out first. Yeah, he was a good guy.
Well, maybe.
He was the one that went with us to the Slad Fortress last time.
That's right.
Maybe we could burn down another house.
Maybe we put that on the back burner. Because that would make some good people looking over here.
How far does Mage Hand go? 30 feet.
30 feet is not.
It's a little distant.
Yeah, but within 30, if you're clanging pans within like 30 feet of you, that's, might as well just be hanging yourself. You have the one where you make thunder and boom.
I can do that. Yeah, and so can yeah.
Well, I think getting in the prison may be too easy. I think we're all wanted here, right? Getting out is going to be the trick.
Morgana says, I can cast a spell that will make sort of lights that might work as a distraction as well.
And
That would be good, but I feel like a little bit more than just lights would be better.
Are mind players? Do they have a?
That's
innate
good,
swimming
though.
speed?
What'd you say, Angkor?
Can mind players swim?
Make an Arcana check.
is it in this book?
Well, what I'm saying is like, do they have an innate swimming speed that I could reach out to telepathically?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I was kind of like. Could I feel them if I reached out there if they had
Nope.
an innate swimming speed? Yeah, I gotcha.
Sure. I think I might be able to help you with the wise wisdom aspects of saving from these being protected from these creatures.
No. Really?
Yeah. Sadly, I can only do it through one of us here, but it's weird. It doesn't give me any more effects if I cast it at a higher level.
I feel like that's well, it's not much of a plan, but that's our plan, is to make noise in one part of the city. If it draws guards and other people out of the jail, I guess.
I mean, I could also have Major Chad fly away.
Could Major Chad carry pots and pans?
He's not a large owl. He could carry one pot. Maybe.
Could we fill that pot with like a something that like if you drop it, like it explodes or something?
Lavender. That's all I've got. I mean, so we think getting in, if we want to get in unseen, that's gonna be hard.
I'd use my dispellers then.
Yeah, I think I mean, we can't just sit here. I mean, we don't know where they're at closing in or anything either. Yeah, I'll glance out the window to see if I see anybody
All right, make a perception check.
since we sort of know. Ooh, that's a 15.
A 15. Okay, so as you look out the window, you see a couple. So you see there's sort of like an open square out that's sort of, it's sort of like a square cul-de-sac. Sorry, I would think about it. So it's a somewhat main area, but it's kind of a little bit off the main road. And sort of in the middle of the square, there's one mind flayer that wears sort of like a purplish crown. It's sort of like spikes on it. He's got a couple other sort of mind flayers nearby, and they have three Fomorian bodyguards around them. And a couple of these sort of deformed drow-like creatures that you saw, as well as a handful of other sort of thralls.
Are they just kind of like there in the square, or do they look like they're kind of looking at
So
us,
they're
or
sort of looking at the house. The main one is sort of talking to some of the sort of the ancillary ones. The Fomorians look bored, as do some of the other sort of attendees. They look like they're sort of waiting, but they looks like the mind flayers look like they're in sort of in discussions of some kind.
Well, I'll point that out to the group. I said, well, I could go talk to this guy. Just don't tell me the plan, and I can go talk to this guy.
Can I
can
read?
get in the prison? I'm pretty sure.
Can I see their mouths?
Make a perception check.
You got that?
12.
12. All right, so you can see some of their mouths.
Can I read what they're saying?
No, you can't, because it is not in a language you understand.
Not undercommon?
It's not an undercommon.
Not draconic?
It's not draconic. It's not common either.
It's not an halfling, is it?
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry, I forgot you knew halfling.
It's Naush, obviously.
Well, it looks like we can't stay here too long.
Just need someone to make a ruckus in the other direction.
How far away are they?
How far? So they're probably 120 to 150 feet away.
Much further
Well-
than I was.
Well, do we want to draw straws or roll a chance to see who's the lucky guy to go run and distract them?
I mean,
Meet
I
up.
would like chicken with.
Well,
I can
actually-
go run at them and I get their attention, but I don't know how to get away. I'm not super helpful, I guess, in a prison scenario. I don't know. I don't know who will do best in the prison.
I feel like any lock that I see, I can get out of.
Yeah, you're probably pretty good for going in. Get through the locks.
Okay.
I mean, are we letting somebody get captured, guys, or are we trying to create a distraction?
I mean, I
I
can
feel
go.
like
and try to not
if
get
someone
captured.
gets captured, then I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of breaking someone else out of prison.
Unless when that person's getting taken to prison, it's a double jailbreak.
Well, yes,
That would be the purpose. That would be the.
the intent would be for them to break the other person out of jail.
If I look through Galen's house,
Mhm.
can I, by any chance, taking maybe 30 minutes or so, try to find something explosive or like oil,
Okay.
like lamp oil or gunpowder or anything like. Well, I guess it wouldn't be gunpowder, but
Bleach and ammonia.
something that
Fertilizer.
seems like it would be flammable or explosive.
Oh yeah, make an investigation check.
Is there actually something?
Oh, hey, not bad. That's a 15.
A 15. All right. So as you go through, you sort of you look around. You're able to find some candles and some oil. You don't find anything that else that's sort of particularly flammable or particularly combustible. But you're able to find some oil and some rags you could potentially soak it in, or
How
but
much, roughly?
how much oil?
Yeah.
Probably about one hin. Prob- prob-
So
prob-
Effa,
yeah, F on of oil. Um, for those Bible nerds watching, that's a joke. But you're sort of able to find maybe like a sort of like a gallon or so of oil. Roughly.
well, if we want to, we could. Someone could stay behind and just set this place on fire. It seems like it's already the focus of a lot of attention.
Sorry, Damon.
Yeah,
With that?
I mean, I hate to. Seems like his house has already kind of been torn apart, though.
It's
So
true,
it's
It's ransacked,
Uh,
right?
I don't love doing that, but
Well,
I think we're kind of in the middle of a sort of a war, so it's
It seems like it'd cover our tracks too.
I can do something. As long as someone is able to set that up with a candle, I can light the candle from like 30 feet away.
Candle takes a little bit to burn.
Yeah, but if it's like one of those things that like it would give us time to get away without being immediately near the house when.
I mean, I am also a little bit faster than I think everyone here. Well, maybe not maybe not you, Uber. This is better if I can dash. But I'm also not inconspicuous. I have an always point. I've got a dragonborn body, and I haven't seen too many of them around here.
Well, I think the idea of lighting something, starting a fire somehow is the right way to go about this. Are we thinking
Along
about
along with those lamps and oil. Did I happen to find any wicks?
Yeah, you found some wicks. Yeah.
We could light some of these. We could use a wick. Set one in and let it burn while we get away for a little bit.
I
Give
can
us
also
some time
cast
to
it 30
escape.
feet. I can light it 30 feet away.
Get out of the house and then light.
Yeah.
Oil directly.
No. Well, 30 feet just isn't a whole lot.
What if we start with burning the house down, and then if that goes poorly, one of us has to break off and cause much ruckus and try to get away. Everyone else goes to free. Sounds like without this Strothgan guy, it doesn't really matter what we do. Really.
Yeah.
He's kind of an integral part.
Yeah. If need be, I'm down for causing a ruckus. Obviously, I'm not the stealthiest.
Plus, like if I get captured, if they take my arms, my glaive or whatever, I can still throw punches pretty good. So
Yeah. I will help set up this because I've had experience in the past with setting things on fire.
Okay.
yeah, I'll help. I think this is what we'll go with.
So you guys begin to build sort of a pyre within this house to set it on fire.
Try to douse it a good bit with oil and spread some of the oil around on other things as
All right.
well.
So you begin to cover the exquisite paintings and the lavish furniture with oil, with lamp oil, combustible lamp oil. And you guys, as you guys, you're able to find some more oil as you guys look together and begin to douse more of the house on fire, or more of the house with gasoline. or well, with
Take
oil.
a
Sorry.
newspaper, put it in the
I-
toaster oven.
I also have some incense that could slow burning.
Can we throw some of that lavender? Do you still have any lavender? We can make it smell good.
Make it smell good. They'll be like, "Why does this fire smell so good?" And then you can't. We'll have to throw like a Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw to like.
They could get charmed.
They get charmed by it.
All of it. Maybe it's a sleep drug.
Like chamomile.
Yeah.
Puts them all to sleep.
Well, it looks like we got it all set up here. I mean, we need to get out the back, guys, ASAP. We need to head over to the prison as stealthily as possible. Get in there.
All right.
Guess we go
Yeah.
out the back.
Go out the back.
Is there any? Yeah.
So the back is a window.
Yeah.
You guys can throw a rope out the window. I mean, I guess.
Oh, is it like a tall window?
Don't try
Is
to.
it like a alleyway that's right behind us, or is it
Nope.
like a road?
It's sort of just it borders other sort of houses and sort of it butts up against some of the inner stonework. I mean, you guys probably make your way across some of the back ways of some of these houses and sort of get back to the main road.
We
But
climbed up to the roof. Is there any nearby buildings, like adjacent buildings of the same height that we could leap to? They're close enough we could jump.
probably, yeah. I mean, you probably need to
How close?
probably. I mean, so this is a relatively compact area, so probably about 20 feet away.
That's a big jump.
Hey, your standing long jump is. I was reading. It's what?
It's based on your strength modifier.
I can jump.
Times 5, isn't it?
That's your modifier.
Its modifier is times 5, I think.
Oh, so
It's something like that.
zero.
Well, I don't know about that. But,
Like at minimum of one.
Okay. 1 foot.
A minimum of one.
Oh, so okay.
a minimum of 5. It's something like that where you.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get it going. I mean, we can just hit the ground. We've got some rope here. We can fly down and tie it off.
All right.
I,
We need to
I
figure
think it
out-
sounds like a great idea. I'll go
Yeah.
first on the rope since I'm a little bit smaller than most everyone here.
All right. So you guys throw out a rope, sort of tie it off, and then Ugarth begins to shimmy down.
I just kind of float down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morgana follows
I-
Ugarth.
I assume somebody
Uh,
is lighting the fire, or
I can
either
light it.
it's lit, or do
I have.
you have to be able to see it?
I will set. I've since I helped, I've set it so that I can light it 30 feet away. Like I can see the wick from 30 feet away.
Like
I've looked at an angle that I could from where we would be.
so
Our plan
Morgana
is
sort of
to-
call Morgana, before she goes down, she says, Wilfred, couldn't we use like sacred flame and get even farther away?
It doesn't do fire.
Fair enough.
I don't think Sacred Flame is fire damage.
It's radiant.
It does.
Come on, Morgana. Gosh.
Remember your lessons.
But it should be, if I recall correctly, it should take a few minutes for it to actually catch, and then
Okay.
they'll give us plenty of time to get away.
All right. So she swings over the window and begins to sort of shimmy down.
Yeah,
As long as somebody
if we
lights
want
it,
to.
the place.
And if we want to, Morgana could still do those fancy lights to get people's attention before the fire starts. We'll kind of combine the two things. I don't know how that looks, but yeah, the more distraction, the better, I suppose.
If it's
How long is you cover a number of feet up to your strength score? If you move at least 10 feet on foot, before the jump.
All right. So what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm calling everybody. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the ground right
I
now.
am going.
you climb down the rope.
Yep.
Yeah,
Assuming the coast looks clear, I'm climbing down.
All right. So character thing, Aurelia, you guys follow. Wilfred, what are you doing to set the fire?
I've set it up so that I could be 30 feet outside of the building,
Okay.
and I could see just enough.
Mm-hmm.
of the whip,
Yep.
and I cast Druidcraft on it.
Okay. So you do
And
it
I
craft sort of
instantly
like
light a candle.
so you sort of like sparks, and then you guys stand there for a minute. Nothing happens. You can see
And I
you see the
play
wick
with
the
that-
wick the wick
Yeah.
slowly burn.
Let's get going.
All right. So you guys begin to move sort of through the hedgerows. Sort of where you guys, I guess you guys are heading towards the jail.
Yep.
That's the idea. Trying to be stealthy.
All right.
I probably would have done it like a few candles that I could have lit, but
Okay. So you light several
Yeah.
as you sort of go. So as you guys are sort of heading out, sort of one of the sort of the distorted drows sort of looks over at you guys and he sort of points in your direction. You guys continue to run.
Can we ignore him and just keep running?
Yeah, you guys can keep
what
running.
we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right, so you guys are running. And so sort of you need to sort of hear the sounds of pursuit. You hear a noise, and they begin to sort of pursue you, and then all of a sudden you hear this sort of as the house bursts into flame behind you guys. You guys begin to make your way, darting and dodging through. Sort of the guards the guards in the street sort of turn and watch this giant house fire that sort of appears in the background. As you guys sort of dart away.
We try. How many people are following us?
So as you guys sort of dart through, it's a little unclear. Sort of as you guys sort of dart through, there appears to be, sort of different groups of that group that's sort of assembled outside of the house. There's you see Fomorian sort of running down, looking around. You see a couple mind flayers sort of moving in that direction. Then you see the sort of some of the Duragar moving by, but no, as you guys run, kind of. Are you guys trying to be stealthy? Can I have stealth checks from everyone?
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hood is up, so I will be at advantage.
Yeah. So
I went ahead and rolled. While you were describing all that, I got a natural 20,
nice.
and then on disadvantage I got a natural 1.
Oh no. All right.
Which is
12.
6 still.
All right.
Could be worse.
Ugarth, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 18 under stealth.
Okay.
Was I supposed to roll something else? What was the second one you rolled, Benjamin?
No, he rolls
No,
twice.
I because I have heavy armor, I have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Wilfred, what'd you roll?
Jeez.
I rolled a 19.
Nice. All right.
Ooh.
And Eivor?
18,
18. All right. Girthang?
17.
17. All right, nice. So you guys, so sort of the four of you sort of make up for Carrick sort of you're stumbling and bumbling, sort of crashing into things and making noise. You guys sort of like sort of like catch him and you sort of like dodge, as he sort of like you see sort of just charging blindly down the tunnel. His armor is sort of ringing and you guys are sort of like trying to catch things. You guys slowly make your way through, and slowly the sounds of pursuit become less and less sort of hot, and it seems like that you guys are starting to sort of lose them.
Oh man, well, I thought those guys weren't going to go away forever. I'm glad we're losing sight of them.
Well, we still got to make it through the jail.
That's the easy part.
That's the easy
Is
part.
that is that north from here? Which way are we supposed to be going?
the direction we're heading.
Down, sort of down towards the towards the keep.
Yeah.
So I guess as we're going, I guess we're stealthing. I'll whisper to her. So we're just gonna go through the front door, or I guess they don't have windows in a jail. I don't know.
Is there a wall surrounding the like a large wall, like a?
Yes, there is sort of a large sort of maybe like 10-foot, 12-foot wall that sort of surrounds the keep. It's sort of it's relatively thin.
I think it is too.
Where's the gate? How close are we to like the gate?
So there are 4 gates in each of the cardinal directions.
But are those gates being watched at the moment?
You guys probably can't see all gates at the moment.
Or the, okay,
So you wouldn't know.
the gates that we see, are they being watched?
I guess it depends on where you guys took up a position, but also you guys took a position where you guys can basically see 2 of them, and they are being watched at the moment.
Is there any other
And
type of like?
they're on each in cardinal directions.
That's correct.
And from
This-
the, you can go.
I was gonna say, besides the gates, is there any type of like drain or passageway that is kind of occluded by something that you wouldn't want to go through, but if we needed to try it out, like I'm thinking of the Helm's Deep gate that the guy blew up.
Right.
That's how I describe it. Is there something like that in this keep?
So you would need to probably basically start to make a pass or like try and sneak around the keep in order to find that out. You can't just sort of
Okay.
look and see. But if you want to sort of do a patrol of, sort of a scouting patrol of the keep, you're more than welcome to.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a scouting patrol of the keep. I think there may be something else besides these gates, since it's kind of hard to tell if these are being watched.
How
How many,
far is the,
how many guards are there at each gate?
2, as you can see.
how far is the fence from the building?
Probably about 30 to 50 feet.
Do you need someone else to go with you, or do you have this on your own? I guess some of us might make too much noise if we're trying to be sneaky, but
I think I'll take everyone but Garrick, since he's got armor and a disadvantage. No offense to you, Garrick.
I think if you're gonna scout, you should probably just either just take 1 or 2 of them, maybe just to go by yourself since you're the sneakiest. Because we need to figure out a plan.
All right. Well, I
could have people go and meet on, one person go one way. And
I could get us straight through the wall.
Go straight through the wall.
Yeah, I can go straight through the wall.
It is a stone.
It is turn, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I could get us straight through that if we need to.
Make your own.
Sounds
doorway.
useful.
Make my own doorway. I know that's like, kind of like, we haven't really planned much else, but like, that's.
Would that be kind of a, would that draw a lot of attention? I mean, is it noisy or how does that work exactly?
I think it's pretty quiet.
Because I mean, I can go through a wall.
Yeah, but
It just takes a
this
little
is more
time.
stealthily,
and makes a lot of noise.
I'm gonna fly Major Chad kind of on
Right.
top of over the wall where we're at, kind of in that area, just to see how many guards are on the other side of the fence and
Sure.
at both of the directions on both of those gates that we can see, kind of in that direction.
Okay. So roll a perception check and also roll a stealth check, 'cause I assume you're trying to keep Major Chad hidden.
Perception is 21
All right.
and stealth. I don't think
I think that's 30.
I just didn't think. I don't know if I had advantage on stealth. No.
Do the guards, DM, do the guards
Mm-hmm.
look
13 on stealth.
like,
13 on stealth. Okay.
oh, finish that first.
Okay. Yep. So as Major Chad sort of flies over, sort of swoops over, doesn't seem to draw any attention to himself. And you see that basically there are what's interesting, when you notice this the last time you guys sort of scout out the keep, the day before, was that yes, there are sort of guards that they look like they're soldier types on the walls. So there's 2 at each gate and 1 at each corner. There are sort of different, sort of creatures in sort of posted near the entrances to the keep. There's some Fomorians or some of these deformed, sort of drow-like creatures there. You see some of these like vibrant green sort of bear-like creatures in there. they're relatively, they're not like the size of bears. They're smaller, but they resemble physically bears. You see a lot of sort of weird stuff. Some troglodytes, some deep gnomes. You see a couple mind flayers. But they're sort of roughly congregate, sort of more towards the front of the keep, as the backside sort of adjusts against sort of like the drop into the abyss beyond. And it seems like if you guys could slink by sort of some of the guards on the back side of the keep, potentially you could reach the back door without being detected.
Guys, so I mean, Major Chad's over there. He's flying around. I mean, it does seem like the front of this keep here, where we're at right here. Like I said last night, it's guarded heavily, but towards the back, I mean, the cliffs drop off back there, but it looks like there is minimal guards back there. If we could find a way to sneak around to there and get around the walls there, I think we're gonna have a better chance around that area.
Also, were you looking for Ugarth sort of like drainage passageway or anything like that?
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Okay.
Well,
All right. So you're taking a walk, right? Make a stealth and
Yeah.
perception check as well, Ugarth.
all right, stealth.
We call that the reverse Shawshank.
Stealth. I ran. Yeah. Stealth. I rolled a 28.
Right.
And then perception. You said.
Yep.
21.
21. All right. So as you sort of duck around, hiding in the shadows, completely invisible. You start moving from shadow to shadow.
Like a good rogue gnome would do, right?
Yeah. You do see sort of a sort of depressed area that sort of leads underneath, sort of leads into sort of like a small tunnel that again would be. It's probably big enough for even Girthing to crawl through, but it is going to be tight. And you aren't exactly sure where it leads, but you do see sort of a small tunnel on sort of the backside, sort of leading into.
Guys, I found this tunnel. It looks like it's a tight fit, but it's going towards the jail. I'm not sure if it goes directly inside or not, but I didn't see any guards guarding it. What do you guys think?
Looks like a big fit for us.
Looks like a what?
I'm a halfling. Oh, it's a halfling.
It looks pretty big to me.
Should all of us go in? Is it worth leaving someone on the outside? If things go sour, someone could, cause distraction out here or something.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. We'd have to figure out a good team split, though.
Or if we all go in, we're more likely to be spotted. But
Yeah, there's a lot of
also, if we get spotted, there's more of us to
Defend ourselves.
defend. Yeah.
Yeah,
feel
I
like it
think
could be a good fit inside.
I think it's also going to be a lot harder to beat a quick escape, especially if
Yeah.
you're trying to get out through this thing
Here.
pipe.
How about this? We can send Carrick, Ugarth, and Wilfred through. I'll talk to Major Chad and rest him on one of your shoulders. Let him be with you guys. He'll stay with you the whole way, and he knows to fly back or pop back to me if anything goes wrong, and he can let us know.
Can you have him just pop back, or do you need
I
to?
think you do
Does
it.
he have to fly?
But he could fly back.
And can't he communicate with you
Yeah.
instantaneously anyway?
To a distance, like 100 and some feet, I think, right?
I thought so.
Communication gets broken at some distance.
Well, I thought you couldn't see through his eyes at a certain distance, but
100. That's like 150, 100 feet.
100 feet to communicate.
As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar it disappears into a pocket dimension. So I can dismiss it at any point to pop it back into a pocket dimension. That doesn't have
Message is 120 feet.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. So yeah, you can only communicate with it telepathically for 100 feet. So after 100 feet, he
on his own.
yeah. You can tell him to fly back to you if something goes wrong, but
Well, I think that's the better plan than nothing right now. Who was it? Was the halfling, and who else was coming?
There was what I think.
Can Carrick fit?
I think those are the best options.
yes,
Yeah, I
Carrick
mean,
can fit.
I'm smaller than your thing, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm the biggest.
Yep.
Big boy.
Yeah, I think if we want to go, right now I think if we're going right now, I want to do something.
Okay, all right, you guys. So it's going to be Wilfred, Gerthang, and Ugarth breaking into the castle.
Well, they said
It was,
Carrick, I
it was
think,
me,
but-
me, not
Carrick
your
said
thing.
that-
I'm sorry,
Gerthang
I meant to
also.
say Carrick. It's going to be Ugarth, Wilfred, and Carrick breaking into the keep.
And then we have this. Is it a bird? What type of animal is it that
Yeah,
can
you
see
have
through?
you have a bird with you.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And if I'm going in, I'll probably doff my armor.
Okay,
Just so
all right.
that I don't have to worry about attracting too much attention. Since I
Alright.
assume we're still going to need to be stealthy.
Okay.
I'll take a few minutes doing that as quietly as I
That's why
can
I'm
and
coming
just
with you.
Oh, y'all watch my armor, okay?
Will do.
I'm gonna need it back.
All right. You guys begin to climb up this tunnel slowly through
Alright.
this. Who's taking? Yes, marching order for the three of you.
I'll go first.
I want to cast before right as soon as we're going. I want to
Mhm.
cast detect evil and good for myself. That allows me for up to 30 feet. I can sense any aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undeads within 30 feet of me.
Okay. All right.
I know their location. And I also know if there's any magically consecrated or desecrated places within 30 feet of me.
Okay. All right.
Is that a group buff or just an individual buff?
It's just myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I will
So
let
so
you
can you
know.
repeat the list again?
Yeah. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, faes, fiends, or undeads within 30 feet.
Okay. All right.
And
Understood.
any place or object within 30 feet of me that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Okay. Yep. All right.
And it can penetrate most barriers, but 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal,
Okay.
those typical things.
All right. So as you guys begin to sort of climb up this tube that stinks to high heaven. You sort of climb through and crawl through. You slowly climb up one by one. You begin to hear sort of noises of underneath as you sort of, people sort of walking above you. And you sort of climb up and you climb out sort of in this sort of like, you guys sort of like stick your head out and you're in this sort of this dark, unlit sort of cellar. You sort of climb out and you climb into the cellar.
Is there any type of smell in the cellar?
Make a perception check.
12.
12. Okay. So as you sort of smell around, it just sort of smells dank and musty and sort of filled with sort of the decay of things. There's nothing really particularly special about this particular area.
So nothing like lively or like, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking if there's going to be people nearby, there'll be some type of smell of liveliness, food, warm. I don't know.
No, nothing like that at all. No.
Okay.
Is there any light?
There is no light at the moment.
I don't know if my abilities allow me to see in the dark. Can
They
Let me
they
see.
do. So you can see
Okay.
in the dark.
do I see? I guess I'm start looking around the walls to
Mhm.
see if there's any type of markings or doorways or
Okay, make a perception
imprints.
check.
24.
24. All right. So as you look around, it appears to be a pretty normal cell, although there are a lot of scratches and claws on the walls. And you look around, you do see what looks like tally marks. But there is a door sort of at the end of the cellar.
Can I? How many? What is the tally mark total?
12.
Doesn't matter. 12. Okay. And you said there was a door.
There is a door, yeah.
Guys, I think there's a door this way.
Great, maybe we feel like a cell. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, there's a 12 on this wall over here. I don't know
Can't
what
see
this.
anything.
It's a weird number.
Oh, just remember 12 in case we need it later.
Well, I will submit that to memory.
All right.
I've already forgotten.
I guess I start walking towards the door.
All right. So it is
And-
dark, so your companions can't see.
Okay.
So you sort of hear Ugarth pat off.
I yell back to the guys. Do you guys know where are you guys coming along?
I would.
Start feeling my way that way slowly.
All right. So you guys begin to follow back behind Ugarth, sort of in the dark. You sort of reach the door.
Is it a locked door or is it just a doorway?
Yes, you try the door and it is locked.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy lock picking kit.
Mhm.
And try to pick it.
Okay. So make a lock picking check.
Is that sleight of hand or which one would that be under?
I believe that would be a dexterity check plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay. 27, I think.
27. All right. So you sort of like fiddle with the lock and quickly you hear that's where the door leads open. And you sort of just clicks open. You sort of open the doorway.
Is there any light that peers in through the doorway?
Yeah, so this is now lit.
Cool.
Ta-da!
All right.
So the light sort of spills it in through the open doorway.
I guess I slowly. Is the door already open, or am I opening it right now?
All right, so as you open the doorway, give me 1 second. I'm going to be sending you guys the link as you guys open the door.
Also, do I feel anything within 30 feet of me?
You feel anything? Like with
When the door opens.
The feel
With his
whether-
buff.
buff? Okay, so as you sort of the aberrations or anything. No, you don't feel anything within 30 feet of you in this
Okay, good.
particular chamber. All right. So I believe that you guys all have the. Yep. All right. You guys are trying to join.
I'll share our screen.
And then who is afraid Bullywig? Is that you?
That is me.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, that's a lot better.
There you go.
All right. And then Quiet Blight. That must be
That's-
you.
yeah, that's me.
Ugarth. Yep.
Yep. And then it's Wilfred and Carrick that's in the.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
You guys sort of emerge into this hallway. Since it looks like it's sort of at the end of a dead end hallway. You sort of look forward. There aren't any doors on either side. Just sort of leads to another doorway in front.
Direction.
I need to give you guys control of your tokens.
I'm not. My computer won't let me use this website. It's such an old laptop.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
No problem. All right. So you guys begin to move forward, I assume.
Yep.
Is
Alright.
what is getting off light? Is it torches? Is it?
Yeah. So there are torches and sconces along the walls.
Is our bird friend still able to sense his master back outside, or are we so far out?
Nope. You guys are. Well,
Has,
Yeah,
has
you
the
guys are-
Wi-Fi disconnected?
you guys are probably. So I said it was about 50 feet to keep. I would say that you are able. It is able to still communicate with Angvor, but barely.
Yeah.
Not that we know that.
Yeah, the
Right.
Bluetooth connect.
So you see exactly what we're seeing at the moment. I will leave the door open, like cracked open, so Major Chad can fly through it if he needs to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then I guess I will look down the hallway.
Right. So you guys begin to make your way down the hallway. So move.
I start listening for any noises. Do I hear
Right.
anything?
Make a perception check.
24.
24. All right. So as you sort of listen, you sort of hear the sounds of sort of people sort of talking to one another and sort of like the passageway beyond. It sounds like maybe 2 or 3 voices.
Can we see the
Okay.
passageway?
So there's a door at the end of the hallway that is sort of closed.
That's the only thing there is that we see.
Yep,
Is it?
it's right there. I don't think I edited the door. There's the door.
Oh, wow, a door.
Oh,
Sorry.
magical door.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys begin to move forward.
If I don't see any other doors on the sides, I will go towards it.
Okay.
You're gonna have to move my token. It
Okay.
doesn't work.
Okay. Sorry.
I got you.
You guys begin to move forward. You guys sort of. What are you guys doing as you sort of come up to the sort of the hallway?
Do you sense any good or bad beings, Wilfred?
I don't think. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. So as you guys sort of go up, no, you don't.
No, nothing.
Voices seem to be stationary, or they came and went.
I mean, they seem to be more or less stationary.
Are we able to perceive what type of languages? I understand the language. Or is it
Yeah. So
too
as you
distant?
listen, sure, I'll say with that perception check, you do recognize this is undercommon. So they're sort of talking about basically a new prisoner was just brought into the keep. And they're saying, oh, I've never seen anything like that. It's a bizarre looking creature. They took him down to go talk to Asistopheles.
Asistopheles?
Magical Mr. Mistopheles?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because we're all Jellicle cats.
Asistopheles.
Do you guys want to try to open this door or check it in? I know these guys are kind of around the corner,
How
but since you don't
close-
sense,
put near up to the door, how does it seem like they're just on the other side, a little ways away?
It sounds like they're a little ways away.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you guys burst through the door.
No, not so much burst.
Yeah,
Oh, so you move through the door.
we're being very stealthy. We rolled some high numbers. We
Yeah.
don't burst
Creak
out of
door
nothing.
open.
All right. All right. So if you guys are trying to be stealthy going through here, let's have a stealth check.
We got WD-40 just in case for these door hinges. Okay,
All right.
21.
21. All right.
18.
18. All right.
14.
14. All right. So you guys sort of move through, and sort of into this sort of this open sort of chamber, here, where sort of there are a couple of Duragar sort of lounging about, sort of, you know, some are over here, you know, so some are there's a couple over here, and then so as you guys sort of open the door and sort of duck in, what are you guys doing?
Is there anything to hide behind? Just to kind of.
Is there? Yeah.
So basically, this is sort of an open sort of area. It's sort of like
Kind of a
what?
employee break room.
I was gonna say mess hall, but yeah, so there are tables and sort of chairs sort of set up there. They're sort of sitting around, basically.
Do these
like,
do these people look like guards, or do they look like just random townsfolk that have been installed?
So one of the guys looks like maybe he worked here, but most of them do look like sort of just normal guys that are sort of just here.
So pretty eclectic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't look like they'd necessarily be, you know, they sort of like stand up as you guys sort of come in. In the name of Lord Atar, halt!
I told you guys this was the wrong way. I don't know where we're headed.
How do we,
They
how do we know
they
where we
think
are?
they,
Like, I thought you told us the mall was back that way.
He said left and then a right after the sign that said 12. That's what I was remembering.
I thought it was 2 left. Oh,
No,
man.
both of you make deception checks.
Find my deception button.
15.
15. Okay. And what you
17.
17. Okay. So they sort of like let's make it. Okay. All right. So as they start listening, they're like, just one of the guys first stands up and says, where are you guys trying to get to?
we're trying to.
What was the name of the place that we were trying to get to? I thought it was a mall, but
Oh, it was a library.
I mean, so you're in the keep, the Darkhold keep.
Oh man, I think we took too many turns.
this is my fault, guys. I thought it was a second left. Apparently, it was another right.
All right. Well,
Um,
you guys. They sort of look at you. They sort of look confused, because you guys just came from basically a dead end, right? You know, so they're like, well, "Where are you guys coming from?"
an Airbnb.
It had great ratings, but it's not there anymore.
I do not
Say it.
think.
Air D&D.
Well,
Forgive my my friends got kind of a poor sense of humor. We were sent back there to clean up. I think we maybe got on Atar's bad side. I don't know. They
yeah.
sent us back there to clean that one. At the end of the hall. We were posted at oh man, what was it? It was that magic-y guy. Strangen. Strothgan.
I think he was
Stroth-
Strothgan.
Yeah, Strothgan. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were posted outside his room.
Okay.
We were back there so long, I kind of forgot which way to go though.
Make a deception checks.
Hadn't been in here. Hadn't been in here too many times before the Atar
Alright.
took over.
Make a deception check.
I'm
But
new to
both.
Golgothier.
If you were participating, Wilfred, you can make a deception check as well, or Kara can make an advantage.
I give him advantage.
All right, you can roll with advantage, Kara.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's that second one was a natural one, so. But first one was 11, so 16.
16. Okay, so 1 second. Oh, okay. So at sort of the mention of Strothgan, they sort of stiffen. They say, "You're not here." Axidaris gives instructions about anyone trying to get near Strothgan's cell.
Maybe it was someone else.
Sure.
All these names sound alike. Yeah. I'm not from here originally. I was just kind of passing through when all this happened. So maybe it was someone else. But if you can just point us the way out, that'd be very helpful.
He sort of points across the mess hall into sort of the exit sort of at the end, which I will try and.
Before we start moving, I look at the guys and see if they have any like keys on their belt or
Okay.
some type of security type element that'll unlock doors or open cages.
Yeah. 1 second. I need to do something. But
Can I do like an insight check on these guys?
yeah, make an insight check.
Oh, 23.
All right, so 23. Okay, so as you sort of look at them, it's fairly clear these guys are have been sort of brainwashed and sort of these are thralls. You see this glazed look in their eyes. They sort of have this vacant, sort of vapid look of sort of mind flayer thralls you sort of saw in Hrothgar and some of the other thralls you've encountered since you guys returned to Golgothier.
So, okay.
And then yeah.
Was there any keys on their belts?
Okay,
or
so did you roll a perception check?
Not yet, but I didn't know which one. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know if I said that or not.
16.
16. All right. So as you look around, there are some keys on one of the guy's belts, sort of sitting. So this guy right here has some keys on his belt.
Does this guy look important? Is he a?
He looks sort of
scrubby looking guy.
Looks like more of sort of he looks like he's sort of upper crust of Golgothier. He doesn't look like quite. He doesn't look like they just sort of pulled him, out of sort of some random shop somewhere. He looks like he was some sort of noble or something. Somebody who was higher up, maybe had some authority, but it doesn't look like a soldier though or a guard.
Do the keys on his belt look like they go to important things, or like just his little pickup outside?
They don't look like they're house keys. They do look like they're made for sort of structural doors, sort of large doors. But beyond that, you don't know.
Okay. Is he sitting like he's sitting down? You said.
And so they're all sort of lounging around at tables, sort of these long tables. That are sort of in this sort of the center of so basically going it's sort of up and down sort of this direction and over here there's sort of long tables.
Is there anything alongside the wall behind them?
There are sort of some basic sort of coats of arms and some there's like a picture of Atar, and then like written in there, there's been like days since last accident. It's got like 23 underneath it.
Does it have like the minimum wage sign on the wall?
Yeah, it does.
Union workers.
There's sort of like motivational things on there, like your service keeps Golgothier running.
Guys, I think we should go this way. You know, look at let's look at the picture of Atar as we're headed on the way out.
All right. And there's like a little like quip on there that says like an execution today keeps the rebellion away.
Man, these are so motivational. I need some in my own room. Just sitting down.
Does Wilfred, do you sense any badness about these guys just yet? Like, can that change, or will he know immediately as soon as he
Yeah,
sees
so I will tell you if you're within 30 feet of an aberration or an undead or a celestial
Okay.
fiend or whatever the rest of them were.
It doesn't necessarily say, oh, this person is an evil, like their alignment's evil. It's
Right,
more
right.
a specific class of a.
Oh, okay, I got you. I thought it was just like bad things are gonna happen. I guess I kind of like look at my two friends that are with me, and I kind of like, you know, like wink at them and kind of throw my eyes towards his keys on the belt,
All right.
and try to give a signal to them to just, you know, go along with the plan.
All right.
Do I need to roll for something for that?
You trying to distract them? Is that the goal?
Well, not distracting them, but just like for us to kind of like bump into them along the way, and then
Okay.
for me to pickpocket them.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Just sort of like give the signal. Sort of like point at the guy with the keys.
25.
All right, so it completely uncaught by anyone else. Kirik and Wilfred, you see him sort of your new friend Ugar sort of indicate at sort of the second guard there.
Does that mean they like the people who did not get it were the guys at the table, but Ugar,
Yeah, so a
Kirik,
sleight of hand check
okay.
was basically to conceal the signal from the people who were watching, while also indicating it to Kirik and Wilfred. All right, so as you guys sort of move along, are you guys going to sort of
yeah, we start looking at the signs and chuckle about the last time that there was an accident. It was only
All right.
2 hours ago.
All right.
And
Maybe
And
like
then-
scrubbing temporarily.
Currently.
All right.
I tell Kirik, I think you should go in front of me, check this sign out, and then, you know, because he's kind of bigger than everyone else.
All right.
And then as he's walking along and shuffling forward,
All right.
I walk past the second guard and try to snipe his keys.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check.
19.
19. All right. So you sort of, I will make a. Okay. So as you sort of grab his keys, he sort of turns and looks at you. And he sort of like then grabs your hand and you sort of try and pull the key off his belt, sort of like stuck in his belt. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Roll on the what now?
Initiative.
Initiative.
We're done. Combat. Combat.
I was gonna.
This is going great, guys. This is a great jailbreak.
I got. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This would be the point that Major Chad would fly back too.
All right. So Major Chad sort of limps off his shoulder and begins to fly back towards you guys. Sort of indicating that things are not going well. All right, so 25-20.
Real quick, it's under D&D Beyond. Is the initiative on its own next to the one that says armor class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the one that's in saving coast. Okay, so my initiative roll was 20.
20. Okay. 20 to 15.
1. 20. No, I'm 20.
All right, 15 to 10.
11.
11. Okay. Kirik, what'd you roll?
Natural 1.
For
So 3.
3. All right. So give me 1 second.
Police are just like normal people.
Mhm.
Stuff like this. But something they're not.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
If they kill him, that makes it even worse. But they're not like.
When you say by normal, that seems a little bit prejudice there.
Right. So up first is Ugarth. As this, so one second. As this sort of this guard sort of grabs your hand and sort of as he's trying to pickpocket him, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to pull away and pull the keys, maneuvering away from him.
All right, so you're gonna try and pull away. So you try and pull, make just a basic strength check to try and pull away from his grasp and also pull the keys off of his belt.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. All right, so you pull on it, and he's sort of like stuck in his belt. You sort of yank him forward, and he's like it's still stuck there. So that's your action.
Oops. Looks like I got my hand caught on your keys there. Sorry, friend.
All right.
I don't know. Do I have another action after that, or is that just an action?
So that would be your action, but but you still have bonus action, which you can dash, or you can disengage, or you can do whatever.
I guess I'll disengage at this point.
All right. So you sort of step away from him, and you're going to move, or are you just going to disengage?
Just disengage.
All right. So you disengage. Sort of let go of the keys, or step back. Anything else?
I start looking to the other guys to see where they're at, and
All right.
kind of to read what their face is in terms of.
They look aggressive. They look on edge and sort of.
I meant my teammates.
Oh, my teammates. Okay, so you sort of step back, sort of like push your hands up. Now it is the Duragar's turn, and so there are 1, 2 engaged with you, and so they are going to make attacks against you. So they can make
Against you, Garth.
so you see all of a sudden they sort of begin to sort of swell and enlarge, these two sort of Durgar next to you, so as they swell and they enlarge, they sort of go from sort of this smaller size to this larger size. As they sort of begin to enlarge. The two next.
You turn in violet.
So now they're going to make attacks against you. So that each of them is going to make, I believe. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's just one attack. So that is a 14 to hit. Does a 14 hit?
Do I do anything? What do I do?
What's your armor class?
A light armor.
Yeah, but what is the number?
What's the number? Should be on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm looking.
At the top next to up next to initiative, it should say armor class.
Or AC.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that earlier. 16.
16. All right, so that misses. So the other one's going to try and attack you, and that is a 18. So that is.
So I grunt when I get hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Or am I don't know. Does it mean I absolutely get hit? Or does
Yeah,
it
I think it
just-
means you get hit. So that is
Okay.
6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yikes. So it's 6 down on my HP.
Yep. And so then this one's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. So that ends their turn. Now it is Wilfred's turn. Wilfred, what are you doing? As sort of
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
these two sort of swell up next to you as they begin to fight, sort of they sort of take swings at Ugarth, your friend next to you.
I'm sure this is all a simple misunderstanding.
All
There's
right.
no reason to fight. We can just keep going on our ways.
All right. Making a persuasion check or a deception check.
Persuasion.
Okay. It's gonna be a persuasion check.
14.
14. All right. They sort of glare at you, and they do not look like they are. They still look hostile.
We can just keep going. Or is every one of them coming, or is it just these two?
So they so when they
Right.
sort of this fight, they all sort of began to move towards you. At least those four Durgar on the left did. They sort of got up from the chairs, sort of began to sort of move towards you guys.
Can I? Yeah, he just got bigger. I'm gonna back up 10 feet.
Okay.
I could do a fireball.
We're all full of innocent people.
Yeah.
Non-lethal fireball.
That's a 20-foot radius. 1, 2. I'll get all of those for sure. 15, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I will, since they don't seem to be, I will cast is it spike growth or entangle that I want to do? I'll do a spike growth on these guys over here.
Okay. What is the radius on that?
It's a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
Centered on that's 5, 10, 15.
You can get all five of those peak guys.
I will set it right there. So
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20. I think it would get.
Yeah.
It should get them all.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's just whenever they move through it, for every 5 feet, they take 2d4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Is there any save?
No.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So you cast spike growth. It's sort of they all of a sudden, all these spikes sort of jet up and sort of go around, sort of like it sort of fence these different Duragar. And they sort of are hemmed in by this spike growth you have sort of set up in front of them. Anything else you want to do, Wilfred?
Bonus action is that is technically a spell, so I can't cast anything else. Oh, wait, and then that's also concentration. All right, that is what I'm doing.
All right. So now it is the gnome's turn. So 5. So what are they doing?
For every 5 points of movement, they take 2d4 piercing.
All right. So you rolling that? Or do you want me to?
How far is he moving through it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's 5 times 2d4, right?
So 10d4.
Mm-hmm.
So 10d4 coming right up. Yep.
What?
30
5.
points of piercing damage.
Okay, all right. So he collapses to the ground. As sort of these spikes sort of jet through him as he tries to move forward. But there are sort of other guys that go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. They sort of move towards you guys. And this guy right here can go 5, 10, 15, 20. He is engaged with Carrick. And then he will make a attack with sort of his pick that he has against you, Carrick.
Disadvantage.
Anything.
I'll make it. Yeah.
That's a natural one. You turned a 21 into a natural one. So he sort of like swings. He sort of drops his pick. He sort of like drops it. Let's see. Are you within 15, 20, 25, 30? Yeah, so they're too far away. All right. So that's their turn. All right, Carrick, what are you doing?
I started off this whole thing just looking at this picture to make it distraction. So I'm just kind of like turning around to suddenly see this commotion and also
Right.
this gnome failing to attack me.
Yeah. Sort of just just sort of like dives by and sort of throws his pick on the ground. He sort of turn away. All right.
And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? And I see the,
Large trigger.
He's, tried to grab the keys. And so I'm going to grapple Ugarth.
Okay.
Man, what are you doing?
All right.
And
right.
I will, but go ahead.
All right. So Ugarth, you know what grapple is?
Like when he throws something at me and pulls me back, that type of grapple.
No. So
No, it just means that if you're grappled, your movement speed is 0.
right.
Oh, okay.
But it's an opposed check.
Right.
But if Ugarth can see me, I will try to. If I can without anyone else noticing, I'm gonna try to wink at Ugarth, like to indicate,
Right.
play along.
So make a slave hand check to see if Ugarth gets your wink.
Hey, 20, dirty 20.
All right, so Ugarth, you see Carrick be like, "Hey!" and sort of like looks at you. He's like goes to grab you, and you get the impression that he's not actually, angry with you. He's probably make of that what you will. Are you going to try and resist as he grabs at you, Ugarth?
No.
All right. So both of you make deception checks as you guys sort of, Carrick, as you sort of grab and sort of restrain Ugarth.
Was it?
Oh man, another natural 18.
Okay.
And with deception, that is 23.
All right.
I rolled a 9.
9. All right. So Ugarth does not, he's sort of pitifully unresistant, but Carrick is very convincing as he sort of grabs Ugarth. We'll see what that does.
I've got him grappled, and then
Right.
for my movement, I will drag him half movement 15 feet over toward the wall.
Okay.
Moving to pin him against the wall.
All right. So you want to go like 5, 10, 15 here?
Yeah. Or let's see. All right, I have myself.
Yeah, you can do it too.
Right here.
Right there? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is Ugarth
Can
okay
I-
where he is?
Do I have can I put him anywhere within 5 feet of me?
I would say,
Since I'm dragging him, he'd just be behind me.
yeah, I think that's what I'll say. It doesn't make a lot of sense that you could just sort of, if you're only moving 15 feet, that you somehow like heave him over you, without doing athletics check or something like that. So, okay.
In that case, I might move in a different direction.
Okay.
Let's see.
While you're doing that, Ingvar, how fast can Major Chad fly?
Hey, he moved on his own volition. It wasn't me.
Technically, the mind flayers will move.
They should attack the mind flayers then. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
And just gonna grapple him, and I've just got him grappled, and I'm gonna just say to everyone else,
I've got him. You all get the other one. Let's I'll lock them in the room at the end of the hallway there.
All right. All right. So you guys, all right. Sounds good. All right. So Ugarth, is now your turn. What are you doing?
So Carrick's got me grappled, and he's telling Carrick, "Who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to us or
I'm talking to the Duragar and the gnomes, everyone else.
Yeah, I've got this little one. You don't get the other guy. Just lock him in the hallway.
You know, the
I,
other guy pointing, gesturing to Wilfred.
Gotcha. I gotcha. I guess I'm gonna try and go along with what it was and kind of like put up a fake fight to Carrick.
Okay.
Hopefully to deceive. Is that a sleight of hand or deception?
That'd be another deception check because you sort of wrestle against him, but not really wrestle against him.
That's a 16.
16. All right. So he's more convincing now that he's sort of like thrashing about, but not actually trying to pull his arms away from.
It just took a minute for him to catch on.
Yeah.
I'm a slow gnome.
All right. And so the big Duragar are going to move.
Go to the whiteboard and wipe off the days or time since last incident.
Yeah.
Days since last death.
So he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, and now they're gonna go after you, Wilfred.
Are they
5,
grappling
10,
or are they attacking?
15. They're going to try and grapple you.
Okay, I gotta make this convincing.
All right.
So I will actually attempt to defend.
Okay, so that is, I believe they have advantage when they're swollen up.
I mean, at this point, like, they could practically just palm Wilfred.
They rolled a 12. One rolled a 12 on its stealth check or strength check, and the other one rolled a 18.
All right, so for the first one, for the 12, it's an athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
For the first one, that is a 7.
A 7. All right. So he sort of grabs you, sort of in a bear hug as you sort of thrash about. And the other one sort of like holds you back, and you are sort of restrained by
14.
by these monsters.
You never think me.
All right. So, all right. So you see, you guys sort of like he's beginning to pick him up. You guys and sort of the other Durgar sort of settle down once you're restrained. What's going on here? Why did you try and steal our keys?
No, moved on his own volition. I didn't kill him. He moved and killed himself.
Thought I knew these guys. I guess I didn't. Let's take them back and lock them up in that room at the end of the hallway.
All right. So they begin. So as they carry you guys sort of down in sort of this direction, sort of towards here. Sort of in this direction. They sort of. You guys sort of.
I was referring to the room that we came from at the end of the hallway.
Oh, so you sort of indicate back the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's lock them back up there in that filthy room that we were just taking care of. See
All
how
right.
they like it.
So they sort of follow your lead. As they sort of drag you guys towards the room at the end of the hallway. And all of a sudden, the door at the back of this mess hall opens, and you hear this sort of this, and into it steps a mind flayer that is tall. He's sort of a little bit off color. He most of them are sort of this purplish color. He's sort of like almost a bluish, almost navy bluish color. He sort of enters in. He's sort of like very. He doesn't move with as much grace as a lot of the mind flayers do. They almost seem to flow along like a liquid. He sort of is stiff and sort of moves slowly. He says, "No, bring them to me." And so the Duragar begin to sort of carry Wilfred back towards the other end of the chamber.
At this
So
point,
it
I'm
seems
committed to the
like-
act, so I'm gonna follow along.
All right. All right.
Wait. So this seems like it's been
Or
a
few rounds.
few times of getting grappled and going back and forth, kind of talking
Mhm,
with these. As soon, I mean, I obviously after
You
the first
probably
round
get
was
it.
over,
Right.
have snapped back because he's back kind of close enough. I can sense him. He's
Right.
told me what's going on. We've started making our way by this point and trying to get there as soon as possible, like going as fast as possible. At least I have, because I've told
Right.
everybody and said, "Hey, let's go. We can fit through this tunnel. We need to go now because it seems like something's going on
Right.
bad there."
And so Angvor and Gerthang and Aurelia and Morgana are climbing through the tunnel towards you guys right now.
Yeah, like let's say we're getting there.
Also, DM, if any of these Durgar moved, they would have been taking damage because
Okay.
I would not have dropped it.
Okay. All
They
right.
would know that they could see it. If
Right.
They were in that area when it was cast, but
Was it concentration?
As we're moving toward the mind flayers,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to put just a little bit of distance between me and the Durgar,
Okay.
and whisper as quietly as I can to Ugarth.
Where's your thieves' tools? You might still be able to make this work. I promise I'll give them back.
So I listen to Carrick and I start searching my pockets.
Now just,
Mhm.
just tell me.
They're bottom left drawer in the back pocket.
All right. As they begin to move through, sort of the large Durgar are avoid sort of the spike growth, and the ones that are in there, you sort of move back and sit back down. You mean to carry you guys? Are you guys as they carry you towards sort of
Yeah.
the? What are you guys doing?
I'm just playing along.
All right, so you're
At
just
this
gonna play
point,
along.
we're kind of
Can I-
outnumbered.
Hmm.
This is better than all of us dying. So
All right, all right. So,
Can I attempt something without them. It's. I want to cast a spell, but I want to make it seem like it's not necessarily like a good. Like I'm cursing Carrick, but like. Actually, I'm trying to give him a blessing.
okay, all right. So you know, as you sort of reach out and sort of, I'll say you can get close enough to grab Carrick.
And I will cast on Carrot. It would be concentration, so I have to drop the spike growth.
Okay, let's see. Drop a spike
Um,
growth.
But I will cast protection from evil and good on him.
Okay.
Since he currently is the one that's not. He's currently the one that has to do the most defense or deceptions. But
Okay.
so Carrot, you are protected against certain types of So you're protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, and undeads. But it gives you disadvantage. If they attack you, they have disadvantage on you. You also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Yes.
All right. So the mind flayer sort of billows out. He's sort of
as he reaches out and grabs me, I'm just gonna shake him off with one arm and kind of just one arm, straight punch.
You turned on a torture sudden but inevitable betrayal.
all right. So he sort of stands there as they sort of haul Ugarth and Wilfred in front of him. He says,
And I'm gonna just like him just going through his stuff and
all right, all right.
So, just reaching for this. Yeah, won't be needing that.
kind of thing. Just like I'm taking his stuff from him.
Okay. All right. So he looks at you guys.
Confiscating it.
And I'm getting visibly upset.
Okay. All right. All right.
You have to go through your stuff.
So he says, "Who are you?" Looks at you and Ugarth, you and Wilfred.
I'm just a humble gnome from the southeast.
I was literally just traveling with these guys, and this guy turned on me. I don't know what's going on.
He sort of looks at you guys. Says, "It's not wise to lie to one of the council."
All right, you're on the council. Maybe you could help us get out of this. Like we're we were something happened. I don't exactly know, but I think it's all a big misunderstanding. We're just trying to get out of here now.
So he sort of looks at the Duragar and he says, "Take them to the dungeons." And so he sort of like begins to walk away.
Is he, which way? Where is he going?
So the mind flayer begins to move sort of in this direction, and as the Duragar begin to follow him. Yeah.
Back.
The way we wanted to go originally.
And you guys continue to make progress. I'm sure 60-ish feet climbing through the tunnels. And around this time, sort of as they begin to sort of move down the tunnel, sort of Angvor, you and Girthing sort of appear sort of at the end of this in sort of this cellar room that was previously described, alongside Aurelia and Morgana.
You see the number 12.
You see 12. You say like 12 room, like tallies.
I pop out into the hallway, look around, knowing which kind of direction was gone because Chad's with me. He kind of gives me the directions. Kind of look down the hallway, see if anybody's there, and I say, "Hey, looks like we're good on this hallway. Let's. We need to. I'm not sure what's going on, but they're in this room down here."
All right.
The last I heard.
So you guys, so as sort of as the sort of as the mind flayer begins to sort of turn, sorry, 1 second. You guys sort of appear at the end of the hall, and sort of move down. So they begin to sort of drag them down the hallway away from you guys, so you guys are, I guess, let's see if I can blow this up a little bit. That's not really what I wanted to do. Anyway, so they begin as you guys sort of like are able to sort of move down the hallway. Basically, yes. So as they are you guys Carrick, Ugarth, Wilfred, are you guys doing anything? Are you guys trying to escape as sort of the mind flayer begins to move away?
I'm still grappled by this giant guy. This
Right.
giant
You aren't trying to break the grapple though?
No, I'm just I'm being carried by him. Is that
Okay.
what's happening?
I'm just following the lead of the Duragar.
All right.
I mean, I'm just
I thought I was still
going under
grappled
the-
by Carrick.
You are still grappled,
Yeah.
but you can try and break
Yeah,
the
so
grapple.
I'm carrying you just like they're carrying him. I'm following
All right.
because he
No,
said to
I
take
mean-
the dungeon, so I'm doing that.
I mean, I'm paying attention to what's happening, but I'm trying to go along with the ploy that Carrick has got going down.
Okay.
I try to resist a little bit, but not too much to make it to. I mean, I know Carrick's pretty weak, but I don't want to break his grapple on me.
All right. So they lead you out of sort of this room and into the hallway
Right.
beyond.
Can I just check the whatever hallways are going down and see if there's anything like doors or cells that would potentially be what we're looking for?
Okay, so you sort of enter in, and you guys are sort of roughly in the area of sort of the cell, and you guys sort of are sort of roughly in. You see this long hallway. There are sort of look like different sort of basically prisons. This looks like a pretty deep, dark area of the cell. Meanwhile, what?
Oh, sorry, what wrong?
And so as sort of they begin to leave sort of this mess hall and enter into this long hallway that has, again, it has a lot of rooms and a lot of doors. Some are barred, but a lot of them are probably not cells. Girthing, what are you and Angvor doing? Or Angvor, what are you and Girthing doing?
So I mean, I'm trying to like sneak down, or like not sneak, but like walk down to the door, open. I mean, kind of peer my head in and see where things are at. I don't know when I would have been able to do that, but
yeah. So they are able to. I'm going to transfer who the token is on.
You're good.
So
you guys are. You don't have vision.
we don't like see them
leaving.
No, so you guys
like,
sort of enter in and sort of like you're in this passageway, and sort of you guys are sort of Angvor is directing you guys sort of down the passageway, sort of saying like it's this way, sort of the the sort
Towards
of the.
big.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, we're trying to get to that big room as fast as possible.
All right, so you guys sort of move forward towards. Sorry.
We think they're fighting.
Yeah,
we knew.
the last I knew was that there seemed to be a combat about to take place. So that's kind of what I. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
'cause at this point, like I don't know what else is going on other than the fact that there was a combat about to happen. It sounds
Right.
like people are about to fight, and so that's what I. Yeah.
All right, so you guys begin to move sort of down the hallway quickly. Sort of they as they drag Wilfred and Ugarth into this sort of this hallway. You guys sort of enter and you see the door. You're gonna open the door, I assume.
I'm gonna peer in and trying to like see if anything's like just a quick peek, like very very slightly, to see if I can hear them in there still.
All right.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, and so you sort of so you sort of knock on the door and sort of peek it open slightly. You look in there, and there are a handful of Duragar. Less than you remember, sort of Major Chad saying. A handful of Duragar sort of sitting there at tables, sort of like looks like they resumed. There's some there's like sort of some blood, some freshly shed blood on the ground. But
yeah, and I don't see towards the other end, the door on the other end, because I can see the.
Right. So this is sort of there are only two doors. There's one where you are, and there's one on the other side. So you can see that door, and it's closed.
That's weird.
Seems like they must have gone through this door on the other end, guys. There's a few of them still in here, but these don't look too tough. We're gonna need to push through at some point. And so I'm just gonna say, guys, we need to get something's going on because they're not in there, and there's another door on the other end. I don't know where that leads to, but I'm sure that's where they've been taken.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what are you guys doing as you guys survey this?
Yeah, message. That's on the
Also, I need to kind of know where they are.
Well, this is the only way through.
We need to get in. So I'm gonna Leroy.
All right.
And I'm gonna open the door and take 2 pop shots at the nearest one with
All right, go for it.
They're dead. They got captured.
I expected less Leroy Jenkins and more like Gandalf returning to Helm's Deep at the end, but we'll take whatever we can get.
A good thing I rolled a 12 on both of those.
Okay. All right. So let me do one thing. So a 12 does not hit on those.
So I busted in and kind of said, "Hey, everybody, we need to follow." So I hope.
Right. Yeah. So behind you are your 3 companions. So as you sort of bust the door open, you sort of throw these Eldritch blasts forward. I need Girthing, Angvor, Aurelian, Morgana to roll initiative for me.
Thing probably like so there's a 33.33 repeating percent chance of us succeeding.
Guys, we need to be careful about this next room here. We're going All right. I know what I rolled.
Yep.
All right. 25-20.
Nope.
All right. I guess what'd you guys roll? 2
18.
Uh-huh.
Nice. 13.
13. All right.
Well, I guess this still kind of works as a distraction.
We're the distraction. We're coming.
Or we're the distraction. The whole plan was for y'all to come in and clear everything up.
Split the enemies. Not splitting the
See,
enemies.
the plan is we all get arrested. That way we can break him out from the inside.
If we'll all be together.
Y'all switcheroo from the inside.
I mean,
All right. All right. So Angvor, you're up first. What are you doing?
So as I fizzled out on the first, I opened the door and I thought I saw one, but it was the dead body of the one that already died, and I probably hit that one twice, and but I was like, oh, that's the one that one's already. Oh God.
There's no shame in having occasional performance issues, Nathan.
And then I look at this one and this one, and I'm going to aim an Eldritch Blast at each of them.
All right.
First one's here.
Uh-huh.
Better. So it's a 19 and a 28.
All right, both hit.
So the first one on the closer to me one is 12 points of damage.
All right.
The other one is 10 points of damage,
Okay.
and they're pushed back the 10 feet.
All right. All right.
Giving you like area.
So Ingvar, sir. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna move a little bit over here.
All right. So Ingvar sort of bursts through the door, begins sort of slinging Eldritch Blast. They both miss. He sort of looks again as these guys sort of like rise up from their chairs. He sort of like throws one, strikes the one guy, sort of gets blown back. Sort of like this bluish greenish energy sort of arcs from his fingertips. He throws another one and sort of strikes the other guy. You see, he's sort of blown back. And now we are. Now we're in real combat. So now it is Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will cast. She will cast Magic Missile at second level on the one that looks more hurt. And so that is all right. So that is 4 darts. So that's 5, 6 plus 3 is 9. 12, 13. So you sort of these magical energy darts sort of arc forth from her fingers. He sort of strides through the doorway. They sort of strike this guy, and he sort of like collapses. He like sort of like gets up on one leg. He looks really hurt. Sort of this guy, which one? The near one. So this guy right here.
Yeah, that one was the more hurt.
And so she sort of moves forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And
I like how Barbarian really has no idea what's going on. She's just
She with it.
You can probably translate now.
all right, so Morgana goes 5, 10, 15,
yes.
20, and 25, 30. And looks at let's see what she can do. So she will cast Bless on all of you at first level. So that's Girthing, Aurelia, and Angler. There you go. You guys are all blessed. You guys know what blessed does?
So it's a D4 on. Is it attack rolls or is it damage?
Attacks and ability checks.
Attacks and ability checks. All right, Girthing, now your turn. What are you doing?
Oh wow. I've got 40 foot of movement, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. I can make it to here. Should I kill that guy? Yeah. I will take my glaive because it has a 10-foot reach. I assume our friends are probably dead because I see the blood on the floor. And pop
And
into rage.
we're not here.
All right.
I'll pop the rage and swing at the hurt guy.
All right.
That is a 13 plus, I believe, 8. What are my modifiers? So 21 to hit.
21 hits.
11 points of piercing damage.
All right. So you just sort of stab him in the side. He sort of collapses on the ground as you sort of charge in.
All right. So he's gone. So second action, second attack will be against the guy that I have.
Okay. Yep. I see what you're saying.
That's a 18 to hit.
18 hits. And that is not the guy that you already hit, right, Avor?
No, the one that I already hit
I
was-
believe it's
that's that one.
this
That one's got 10
Yeah.
points of damage.
Okay, got
and
it.
that is another 15 points of piercing damage.
All right, you sort of swing into him. You sort of like stab him in the side, start jabbing to him. He's sort of he's in there in pain, writhing in pain as you sort of
Slashing.
yeah, you sort of stab into him. And that ends your turn, Girthing. Anything else you want to do?
That's my
All right.
no, I've got bonus action movement.
All right, so now this guy is going to grow, as is this guy.
The guy you did.
And they're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and
It's like big
5,
growth.
10, 15. It's going to be 5, 10, 15, 15. He'll also, I guess, grow. Nope.
Which whirlwind?
And so they will make some attacks against you. So first, the guy on the right. No, that's the wrong guy. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
I will have it.
That is one. So that's 7 points of damage.
So like, yeah, it's only 3. Yeah.
All right, and the guy on the other side. That will not hit. That is a 12 to hit.
Yeah, miss.
All right, and then the last guy. That is a 10 to hit.
That misses.
So as they surround you, sort of you take one, and you sort of like grab the other one, you sort of you sort of like grab his sort of spear that he's stabbing you with, you sort of rip it from his grasp, you sort of you sort of use it to parry the other one. You're sort of enraged and sort of lost your comrades. You're sort of like sort of standing there battling against these 3 Duragar. Now it is these guys' turns. And so they are going to move. Sorry. These guys are going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, or sorry, 25, I think I'll move 25. And so these two, so I think she's out of range. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. So these two on the left here, 5, 10, 15, 20. They're going to make dart attacks against Aurelia. That is a 19 to hit. I believe that hits. Yeah, it hits. One.
I feel like there should be
3.
awful surge.
That's dash 1. All right. So the one of them shoots her with a dart, and the other is sort of the other one sort of he sort of like gets stuck in his end of his blowgun. You can't get to sort of blow out his blowgun. All right. Now we're back to Angvor's turn. Angvor, what are you doing?
So I'm going to stand here and just move back a little bit. One space. I'm going to cast Hex on this one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to aim. This is the one that I heard already, right?
That's correct.
This one.
Mhm.
And then aim an Eldritch Blast at the one that I hexed and the one that's hurt already.
All right.
So the one that is hurt already was a 14, and the one that's got hex is a 18.
So the one that is hexed is and that is the one on the left, right? So
Yeah,
the 18 hits basically is what I'm trying to say. So the one on the left hits.
I do D4s for your attack.
Oh, D4 for my attack. That's right. I forgot my D4 for the first attack.
Okay.
So that is a 18 as well now.
All right, then that hits. Yep.
So the one that's hexed takes 11 points of damage.
All right.
And the other one takes 15 points of damage.
All right. So you sort of so these like you sort of like your eyes roll back and sort of like this hex flows forth from the air, sort of wraps around, sort of pulsing on this Durgar. And you sort of aim an Eldritch Blast, you sort of blow a hole through this Durgar, he sort of collapses and sort of like deflates like a balloon. And you sort of throw another Eldritch Blast to the other one, you sort of slam into him. Are you pushing him 10 feet back?
Yeah, push him back.
All right. And he looks really, really hurt. He sort of like stumbles to the ground. He sort of, looks dazed and confused as you sort of hit him with an Eldritch Blast. And now it is Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will cast first level magic missile at the one that you just hurt. That finishes him off. And so, sort of as she sees you sort of like send these Eldritch Blasts with this sort of slamming into him, she sort of releases sort of these sort of tendrils, these tracer missiles of magic missiles sort of streaking forth. They sort of strike around on this creature, and sort of leave him, sort of basically slammed him, and he sort of collapses dead. Now it is Morgana's turn. Morgana will.
So glad we're killing all of these innocent people who have literally no choice.
Hey, we came in. We knew y'all got attacked.
You're not aware of anything, Carrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that as Eric. I'm saying that as Benjamin.
All right. So Morgana will make an arrow attack at the nearest sort of gnome. That is a 17 to hit. That hits. That is only 4 points of damage, though. So, all right. Now your thing is your turn.
Hit him. All right.
All right.
Leave attack. Ooh. That is an 18 to hit. Wow,
That hits.
has been blessed. Has been a blessing. That's 11 points of slashing.
All right. You sort of rear forth and sort of roar, and you slash with your glaive. You said 11 points.
It's actually 13 with rage damage.
Okay. All right. You sort of hit him again.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
That is like a 30 to hit.
All right, that hits.
And that is
What?
that is 17 points of slashing damage.
17.
Yeah.
So you sort of carve him down and sort of slay him. You sort of bring you sort of grab your glaive at him. You sort of drag it down and sort of rip him open. You sort of thrust him down, sort of slam him on the ground. Forget it. Now
You guys betrayed us.
now it is the deep gnome's turn. They
I'll move 40 feet.
okay. So you move 40 feet. Where? Oh, you can't.
To there.
Okay.
I have 40. That's 35. I have 40 feet of movement.
All right.
I believe Carrick has fully betrayed us. I rolled a 1.
On like your insight check or whatever.
No, he did the wink.
Good. That'll really sell it. That'll really sell the act.
All right. So but basically, as you guys are sort of as you guys are sort of Carrick, as you and the Durgar are sort of leading Ugarth and Ugarth and Wilfred to down sort of this hallway. You begin to hear this clamor and these cries and these sort of like the clang of weapons, and you can hear clang, and these sounds of you hear this like coming from the mess hall from mess hall behind you guys. All right. It is now the gnome's turn, and since they don't really feel fear under the thrall of the mind flayers, they're going to continue to attack. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. And so they're going to. So two of them are going to make sort of they're going to use their sort of their mining picks to attack you. At disadvantage. That's a 10. And then the other one's a 9.
No.
And then the last one's gonna make a poison dart attacking you. That's a natural 20.
Oh gosh, that hits.
And that is 9 points of damage to you. And you make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, sweet. I think I got something special in con saves. Let me check.
I think you may have advantage on them.
No, I have a plus. I have proficiency.
Okay. You also get a bless, right?
Oh, sure.
That's a bless work, right? That's a save.
That is a 28.
It
All right.
saves no ability checks.
So you sort of as this dart sort of strikes you, you sort of and the poison does not sort of enter into your system. You sort of shrug it off. All right, and Angvor, it's back to your turn.
Knowing that my friends are off being captured and these are not kind, I see that they don't seem to be fairly powerful themselves, but they are still attacking us and impeding our way. I move my hex onto this one. I aim one Eldritch Blast at this one. And
All right.
I aim one Eldritch Blast at this one.
All right.
18 for the one that's hex.
All right.
And then,
That hits.
26 for the one that's not hexed.
No, they both hit.
Yep. Hexed one takes 14 damage.
All right.
The other one takes 15 damage.
Okay. So that one drops. It was sort of blowing another guy off the screen. Wait, it didn't delete on your end, did it?
No, not yet.
It's been taking a couple seconds. I think.
All right. And so the guy behind you, the guy back behind you, you can push him 10 feet as well?
Yeah.
All right. 5, 10. Okay. You moved on my screen, but I don't know why that guy I deleted is still there, but whatever.
That one.
Yeah, that one's gone. It's supposed to be gone, but
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Move off his side.
There we go.
He's not there.
all right. And so you sort of blow this one back, and he's sort of standing there, just basically almost done. That ends. So Aurelia's gonna throw another first level matching missile at the guy you just hit. That finishes him off.
He's not getting deleted either.
Yeah. So yeah, basically. So Aurelia burns another first level matching missile to sort of finish him off. Now we are to Morgana's turn. She's going to make the longbow attack again. That's a 15 that misses. So she pulls out her longbow, fires at him. He sort of arcs by. Then it's her turn. Girthing, what are you doing?
Hit him. Why not? I'll reckless.
All right.
I'm sure I hit him. Yeah, that is a 20.
Yeah, it hits.
Plus 14 points of
All right. He's still standing.
still standing. All right, we'll swing again.
That's a nat 20.
All right. Roll damage.
Next to nat 24. Another 13 points of flashing damage.
All right. So you finish him off as well. You sort of stab him and drive him down. And there are no more combatants left in this mess hall. And I need to step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So as the DM is gone.
Eric, we're coming to save you.
Man, this whole fight scene started out with me just misrolling for picking some keys.
Yeah, that's the way the dice roll. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Didn't have great. We didn't have great knowledge. We just knew fight, and then they were
Yeah.
just eating their lunch,
Yeah.
which is like probably not
We're
good.
dead.
Yeah,
We're dead to y'all.
unless I don't know if everything would have been smart enough to like piece together. Maybe they're not dead because that was pretty quick.
I feel like Will would like since Major Chad flew back.
Yeah.
I feel like you would know at least at some point y'all were coming back. We're coming up.
You guys have Carrick's armor? That's the real question.
Yeah, we would have
It's
it.
gonna take
It's
them
in my
what?
bag of holding.
It's gonna take them what? 10 minutes to put it on.
Is that just flat 8? It's
It's,
flat 18.
I think it's plus that.
His armor.
It's like 15 plus dex or something like that. Whatever his dex is.
So it would be the same. Like if I were to put it on.
Oh,
Some armor that you could do that.
it's not.
Number.
Yeah, if it's heavy, it's usually just a flat. It might be. If it's heavy, it might just be a flat number for it carries.
I do put it on maybe.
Yeah, it's just 18.
Oh, it's just a flat 18.
So or lose 10 feet of movement and gain 1 AC. If I put it on.
Perfect.
Do it.
Worth it.
And lose stealth check and
Yeah.
all that other fun stuff. But I'm not proficient in heavy.
Dang.
Light or medium armor. I guess it might be medium armor.
I think it's
I don't even know if you're proficient in it.
I'm light medium. Yeah.
In heavy.
Just can't wear it.
You get disadvantage on a lot of stuff if you're wearing it
like your
For slow exhaustion.
or worse.
Well,
All right. Sorry, guys. All right. So as the din of battle sort of dies down, and sort of you guys sort of are left alone with the bodies of all these normal people who were brainwashed by the mind flayers. Girthing, Avor, what are you guys doing?
going to the other door.
All right. So you guys move to the other door.
Yeah. Trying to peer down and see what's in there. Kind of listen to it first, just to kind of see if anybody's right on the other side, and then open it and check in.
Okay. Sorry, something's. I'm gonna refresh on my end. You guys may need to.
Yeah.
Might need to log back in. Sorry, guys. But
Wow. No.
So you have plate armor. That's what you have.
all right. How's it look to you guys?
No, looks just like it was.
Okay.
oh wait, that disappeared. That disappeared.
All right.
But we're lost. I think.
Yeah, we just don't have
I
control.
wonder.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's actually my my fault. 1 second. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
All right. All right. So yeah, you guys can begin to move down towards sort of the area where you see, and so as you guys sort of turn, so as you guys sort of turn the corner and sort of enter in, moving down the hall, you see these two large Durgar, carrying between them these little like dangling feet of Wilfred, and beside them you see Carrick walking beside them, restraining the guards.
Fairly certain we'd have been a decent ways down. the
Right. Yeah. I
hall.
mean, so you're not like right outside there, right? Right. But I'm talking about like you may be like yeah. You guys have sort of like take you guys. Well, so yeah. So what you see this long hallway? I'll say. I don't know if you guys can see it here, but but sort of, and you guys, yeah, I guess you guys see this long hallway, that sort of like.
Is the mind flayer still present? Because he left just a few seconds before we did.
So yes, he is still sort of leaning forward, leading you guys, leading toward your prison cell. Or leading you guys toward.
We don't see them, but
Yeah. So for Ugarth, Wilfred, and Carrick, you guys took a turn. So you guys walked down this long hallway. Maybe it's like, maybe like it's long. Maybe like 60, 70 feet long. It's a long hallway. You guys make a turn. You guys are continuing down this other long hallway. And so Ingvor and Girthing, you guys sort of like finish the battle and sort of rush out. You guys look to the left and the right. You don't see your friends. What are you guys doing?
Go down the only way the hallway goes.
All right.
Kind of keeping towards the walls, kind of trying to stay low and stay stealthy, I would say at this point,
All
because
right.
I don't know what's here. But looking forward, I mean, seeing what's down the hallway, I've got 60 feet of that dark vision, just kind of seeing what's going down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Silently and as quickly as possible, though.
All right. So you don't really see anyone else down here right now, right? And so you guys sort of make it down to the end of this hallway, and you sort of turn down the other end of the hallway, and you see sort of Carrick sort of leading Ugarth, and the two large Duragars sort of holding Wilfred between them.
How far away are they from the entrance to that hallway? Like, how far away are they down the hallway?
Probably, I'll say, let's see. I'll say that they're probably within 60 feet, I'll say.
And would we be able to like make a check to see if we can figure out what's actually going on? Like I know like you're thinking that's super smart. I don't know.
Yeah. So what else? So yeah. So basically, so you guys are sort of led at sort of a walking pace. Carrick and Ugarth toward sort of down this hallway towards another hallway, and so this is probably like 30-ish feet movement. Maybe even slower. If you guys are trying to walk at Ugarth's pace. But so the other you guys sort of go into combat. You guys sort of sort of fight, and then you guys sort of turn, rush down the hallway. You turn down the other hallway, and sort of like within sort of 60 and 90 feet, you guys see sort of these two Durgar sort of leading, sort of carrying Wilfred along, and then you see Carrick sort of behind, sort of restraining Ugarth.
Carrick's been forth or whatever.
So Girthing, Avor, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna message Carrick and say what's going on. We're behind you. Don't turn around.
Do I have to do like if I respond to that, is it audible? Like, do I actually have to whisper and then that's
It's mental. It's a
or it's purely mental?
Yeah.
What's the DM ruling on that?
I'm looking up the.
You point your finger and the target, and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think probably, yeah. You can message back without being overheard.
All right. In that case, I will just respond with shoot.
Don't worry. Got it under control. They think I'm with them, but I'm not really.
All right. So hearing that, Girthing and Angvor, as you see them sort of walking down, and you guys now, as you guys have started turning, this is, part of the dungeon. You guys sort of ended up in sort of a somewhat secure area.
Wait, he said, "Don't worry, I'm under their control."
No, he said I got it already.
You hear people sort of rushing to the bars, and, let me out, and yelling at you guys as you sort of walk by.
Sit here, wait.
I'm kind of hang back here and
All right.
not really. I'm gonna just kind of say at this point, I don't want to kind of go through this hallway and cause more of a commotion from all these prisoners at this point. I'll let
Hanging back.
You never take me.
All right, and so they open a cell.
Is there like a door that, like in the room that we're in, is there like a door to the outside that we see?
No, this is a dungeon. There's no. What do you mean door to the out? What do you mean door to like another hallway or something?
Yeah,
like
like the room that we're in, is it just a door to the dungeon and the door to the mess hall or whatever?
So there are other doors in the other direction. There's not on this map.
Okay, I just
Well, is it only these two Durgar and this mind flayer that I see?
I mean, so there are other guards sort of stationed. Now that you've gotten to the sort of prison area, there are guards sort of stationed, sort of here. And you guys, interestingly enough, there are some non-Durgar, non-Deep Gnome guards here. There's some Fomorians, some of those deformed drow that you've been seeing.
Are they like nearby, or are they like, or is it just like a long tunnel that you see?
So they are sort of posted periodically down the hallway. So the Fomorians are sort of at the end of the hall. You guys have passed one of the deformed drow.
Should we go clean up that room in case somebody comes into it? While we're waiting?
All right. So if you guys aren't going to do anything, they're going to lead you guys to one of these cells.
Did I at any point in the past, couple days, hear a description of what Strothgan looks like? Like what race is he at least? And
he's a deep gnome.
He's a deep gnome, and
I mean, so he's sort of a somewhat middle aged, but like we're talking like on the younger side of middle age, maybe like 40s, 40s human age, but like gnomes age differently. And so he's got sort of bright white, shock white hair. Again, he is sort of an Arcanist, so he's described as wearing Arcanist gear, but he has sort of a distinctive scar that's sort of like that across sort of his temple up here. Has a tattoo on his hand of sort of his family's crest.
As we're going, I'm just gonna glance in each of the cells as we go by. I'm sure it's dim light at best, but I'm just gonna glance in and see if I can spot anyone that seems to match the description. Deep gnome, middle-age-ish, bright white hair.
Make a perception check.
Arcane-looking clothes. Woo, babies! Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. All right. So.
And that's a 21 total.
So as one of the hands reached out to grab you, you see the distinctive sort of family crest on his hand, right, of Strothgan. Everyone now, so to be fair here, no one is wearing sort of anything but sort of moth-eaten, decrepit clothes. This is not, they're not adorned in their normal attire. But you look at him.
I see this tattoo. I look over, and he's got this scar. And
yeah, he looks like he's probably matches the description.
Cool. I'll just make a mental note of which cell that was.
All right. And he's yelling at you in undercommon, so you can't understand what he's saying.
Do I understand?
Yeah, he's saying, let me out, let me out. I did nothing wrong, and he's saying, that those sorts of things. I have a family. If you let me out there, there'll be great rewards for you, stuff like that. So unless you guys are going to do anything, they're going to lead you to a cell. And they're going to throw Wilfred and Ugarth into the cell.
Is this one of the Durgars with the keys?
Yeah, it's one of the Durgars with the keys. Yeah, one of the Durgars is the one that had the keys. Yeah.
Can I attempt to grab the keys as he tosses me in?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Nope. 4.
Oh, he rolled a 7. So, so you rolled slightly better. So you try to swipe at his keys as you get hurled in there.
All right. I rolled a 4, but okay.
Right, you rolled a 4 for what? For what?
I rolled a 3 on the dice for a 4 total.
Right. So I'm saying you try and grab at his keys and they sort of miss. Right. And he sort of throws you into the cell.
I won't stand for any of this.
All right, so they throw you in there. Now the Mind Flayer is going to try and cast Charm Person on you, Carrick. But he can't, right?
It is. I just had it pulled up. It is.
Cannot be charmed.
Cannot be charmed. Yeah.
Okay. So he tries to cast Charm Person on you. It doesn't work.
Do I see him?
His spell slot trying to
Do I see him? Like, can I tell that he's doing something?
Just make a general intelligence check, just to see if you know that that's the spellcaster.
That was all over the floor, and then I couldn't see what it was. 12.
12. Okay. I will say, yeah, with the 12, you recognize that he's trying to cast a spell.
All right. Well, I'll just. I will do my best to put on the glazed over expression that I've seen other people wear.
Make a deception check to imitate the deception check. Yeah.
Okay, this is where it falls apart. 7.
7. So she goes at him and sort of look at him. He's not convinced, but he also doesn't necessarily seem to care too much. So they sort of throw you into the cell. He sort of just, you see the sort of this. His eyes sort of narrow. He sort of looks at you. Sort of, looks at you. Sort of,
They throw me into the cell?
No. As they throw Wilfred and Ugarth into the cell, they close the door. They lock the door. He's tried to charm you, but it didn't work.
Can I make an insight check to kind of get a read on him?
Yeah,
it's gonna go horribly, but I'm gonna try. Wisdom, so 12. Insight. Yeah, 12.
12. Okay. All right. So with
he
a
looks
12,
like a Mind Flayer.
Yeah, he looks like a Mind Flayer. I will say that he seems sort of unconcerned with you. Sort of like there's this element where it's like, he knows that his spell didn't work. He knows that you're probably not a Mind Flayer thrall.
But I can't possibly pose any legitimate threat.
Right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I guess he also seems I'll say with the 12, but he seems a little bit distracted as well. So he sort of goes back and there are all sorts of so the other thing is there's a fair amount of slad in here because slad are resistant to the Mind Flayers.
Slad in prison.
Yeah, so there's some slad in the prison as well, as sort of deep gnomes and Durgar and other Mind Flayers. There's a lot of. It's a very eclectic group of prisoners in here.
Yeah.
So as you imprison your friends, Carrick, as Angvor and Girthin, you guys move back to the mess hall where you just killed a bunch of people. Anything else you two want to do before we end tonight's session?
We should probably clear these bodies out. Because, like, I guess we can't do anything about the blood.
I'm just saying we're gonna hang out in this hallway
Or
here,
just stay by the flank the doors.
just kind of watch out because there's no other entrance into that room there, into the mess hall. But we don't know what's. I was thinking we're just gonna stand, just kind of chill in this hallway, just kind of be prepared. I'm gonna
Alright.
I'm gonna leave major chat in this hallway just to kind of see what's going on. And yeah, I mean, at that point, we'll kind of do that next session. But I was gonna leave him in that hallway, and we'll kind of hang out guarding this hallway.
All right. Sounds good. All right. And as you guys, as Carrick, you imprison your friends, and as Girthin and Avery, you guys wait, somewhat confused and somewhat anxious, as we will end tonight's session.
Okay. I don't really